Good day and welcome to our watercolor journey. Today we're going to paint this very abstract loose snow landscape. So no sketch, and we're going to paint wet on dry. The materials I used is listed here, and I will also add it to the description list. Okay, so first of all, paper is dry and the paper is flat on the table. So I'm just going to do random marks and use water to blend it out because I want to leave some white space. And yeah, so I'm basically just going to draw with a brush itself and lightening some of the colors. So this is the sky area that I'm doing first of all. The sky and the mountains is going to be connected in a big way, but I will give some more detail as we go along. And as you can see in the sky itself also, there's lots of white space that I left. So I'm doing the mountain part, and I'm also using a very limited palette. So for the mountains and so on, it's only the neutral tint and the cobalt blue. And I also do not want a lot of granulation to go on at the moment. I'm just going to let the paper do its work. So this is only the foundation for the rest of the painting. I'm going to bring in much stronger, darker marks as we go along. So play around with your brush, create different textures, and just make your painting interesting. Because once again, as always, the initial part doesn't look like much. So because I really want to make a big difference with contrast between the colors. I'm just lifting out some of the paint. This is just one of those fun paintings to do and just see what your brush can do. And then I'm also dabbing out some of the color with my kitchen towel. And let your painting dry. So first layer is dry now. So now I'm coming in with my brush and making stronger, harder lines. And then also where it's too hard, I use a damp brush just to blend the colors out, just to soften those edges, especially at the bottom. Because at the top I want stronger marks, and at the bottom they need to fade out. So as you can see, the mountain is starting to take shape now in the background. At least something that's fun about this is you can make your own random marks, and each one will show something interesting there. Because within the mountains, there's lots of darker areas, lighter areas. So play around with them, and as you can see, lots of contrast. don't be afraid to make really bold marks. I'm even doing a little bit of dry brushing. So you're really starting to get those light values, those middle values, and the dark values as we go along with the painting. And definitely some of the areas I want to make more blue, and that will definitely help to cool down the colors. Now I'm creating more lines just to define that I see water area with much stronger marks. I really enjoyed making these bold marks. So define it any way that you like your mountain range to look like, because this is completely imaginary and you can do what you want. So let your painting dry again. So now I'm using the Aquarius Green, and I'm also adding some Cobalt Blue to it just to make it cooler for those background trees. I just want to establish a tree line in the background area just to give a mountain range some context. And also I'm playing around a little bit with the color so that it's not exactly the same all over. I think with the trees there, it's starting to make the painting look more complete. And I'm also adding darker values at the bottom of those trees to create the shadows. And you will see that I jump around quite a bit from the left hand side and the right hand side, because it makes it just easier to be more consistent in the way that you paint, because your hand definitely gets tired as you paint, and you just do one part and then the other part is not going to look exactly the same. I'm just looking in a composition way that everything balances out. And definitely trying to create various heights in the trees and different shapes, because you want your vertical lines and your horizontal lines throughout your painting. There's a few bushes there also. And I'm just creating a stop line for the painting on the left hand side and the right hand side. And then I'm starting with those trees. That's part of the foreground. And definitely also creating darker values at the bottom, just to create a little bit of shadows there also. So once again, looking at the composition just to balance it out, because you don't want one side to be heavier than the other side. I am going to go in with some bleed-proof white later on. Unfortunately, the recording didn't work properly there, so you will have to improvise a little bit to get the white snow marks on your trees. Adding a few grasses there, some of those stubborn grasses that doesn't want to die in the snow. And just doing a little tree on the right hand side. I think that will just help your eye to lead throughout the painting. And creating some more bold lines to create interest and variation in the Then I'm also splatting in a little bit of color all over there, create the illusion of things that's on the ground. I'm just intensifying some of the values even a little bit more. So you let your painting dry again. So this is where we are now. So I'm doing a reflection in the water area. So blue was painted in a dry manner and then created a wet in wet environment. So I'm adding that neutral tint now, and that can spread into the rest of the painting there. So let your painting dry again. As I said, I skipped that spot where I added the bleed-proof white. You can see where I added it in the trees. And yeah, so that's it. I already signed it. And I think that's it for that part of the painting. Just adding a few more white marks. And a really nice and loose spontaneous painting. So this is our end result. So please like, subscribe, and comment for me. Thank you very much. See you next time.